This is part two of my video with just a series of drives using FSD 10.69 as we all get ready for FSD 11. This particular set will have some drives that I typically have done in the past and gives me a good opportunity to see and to show you whether or not I've seen improvement, what issues I see, etc. So go ahead and watch, and I made all of the videos short, the clips, so you can kind of pick and choose what's interesting to you. Here's another short trip for you. Speed hump coming up straight ahead here. It sees it and it has slowed down to 17 miles an hour. Here's that unprotected left turn coming up that the last several times it's jumped out in front of oncoming cars. So let's see if we have any traffic coming. There is a car coming on the left, no one on the right. Here's the left car coming. We are waiting and pulling out. This was really nice. Really nice. So we come up to the end of the parking lot. Now on the street coming up, there's no cars coming either way, by the way. We do have a center lane here, and as you can see there's a bit of confusion, but it went into the correct lane, which is the one on the right, not the center turning lane. So we're going to make a right turn here. It's an unprotected right. There is a car coming on the left, and I stopped. I don't know if we would have made it. I think there's a chance we would have made it, but it would have been actually close. So we're going to make a right turn up here. If there's no cars behind me, I'm going to let the car just drive because I've been having a big problem where on this right turn, it just stops the car and does not make the turn. So let's see what happens. There is a car coming up behind me, unfortunately. Here we go. The right signal is on. There's a car coming behind me. I am stopped. So I had to put my foot on the accelerator. All right, join me for a last few short drives with FSD, especially if you're new to FSD. This would help you, I hope. And we are in Santa mode today, as you could see. So we're leaving a parking lot, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on FSD. This first trip is short, probably provide us several turns. So we're creeping out. Everything's okay. Perfect turn into the correct lane. Now we're going to make a right turn. And yes, the actual directional signals will eventually get on your nerves, but at first they're fun. So right turn, nice right turn. Here we come to a four-way stop. We're going to make a right, and as I mentioned, almost immediately left. Slowing down too early, as you can see, way too early. We continue to be too slow there. So, just a minor issue, nothing wrong. Now we've made our right. We'll go around this car, and we're going to make a left.
Now turn left onto Gondola Drive.
We moved all the way to the right. Here's our left turn. We're going to make an immediate right.
Now turn right onto Ridge King Road.
Now you have to be prepared for a couple of things here. One is it slowed down a little bit too much, but it made the turn fine, as you could see. Now here's typically an issue, and that is that the car will be a little bit unsure with this dog leg to the left. There's no one behind me, and you can see we've stopped. So you keep in mind when you have a dog leg like this or a sharp left or right angle turn, sometimes the car thinks it's a stop and not sure exactly what to do. It's been a pretty good drive, actually. If I had to pick one thing, would have been making that dogleg turn and stopping. It would have been troubles for the person behind me. Nice stop there. It was a three-way stop, and we did really well. And our journey will end just up here, and we'll put in a second location. Here we go for our next journey. So here we have a couple of three-way stops, a four-way stop, several traffic lights, a lane change. So it's a pretty good drive. So here we are going between these two cars. There's a stop sign just in front of us. So we nicely went around these two cars, as you could see. Here's a three-way stop. Nice stop. And in 1/10 of a mile, we are going to make a right turn. Here is our right turn. Stop sign ahead.
Now turn right onto Malone Drive.
Sometimes there's traffic, sometimes not, so we'll see what we have here. We have no one coming from the left, so this should be a rather easy turn. Took a little bit longer than it should, but good turn. And now we're heading here to a four-way stop where we are going to make a left. Now the issue here is it's difficult for the car to see. The cameras will not have an easy time seeing. So there's one car that went. It should be our turn. We creep out a little. We see we're okay. And here we go. Really nice. So I have found with this release that the turns have been, four-way stops have been very good. Now, the road here is a very wide road with a bike lane on the right and a curb on the left. Sometimes the map confuses the seam in the road with the line, so you just have to know that. We're going to make a right turn here. We have a green light turning red, and we went through that light, didn't we? So here we go. We're eventually going to make a left turn. So our next turn will be just over a mile away. Again, here's the issue. I think we should already be in the left turn lane. We're not. I'm going to let the car make the lane change. I would have already made the lane change. I do have a car coming up on me. I typically see at 0.5 miles where we'll do the lane change, and you'll see a blue shadow here to show where we're going to go. And now there's a car coming up. This is the issue. Car is passing me on the left. You should see it here any moment. And this directional signal has gone on to make a left turn, and we still haven't made it. And here we go. So we're changing lanes now, and we're going to make a left turn here. Currently it's a red light.
Now turn left onto Terminal
It did that just fine, by the way. There's zero issue there. We have an amber blinking light. Now there's oncoming traffic. Issue here is not the car, it's the fact that it's very, very difficult to see because of the shrubbery ahead. So let's see what happens. And don't go. It stopped. It crept out. It really did a really nice job on that. Very, very nice job. It crept out properly. I don't know if you could see, but the people walking appear as elves. I had not noticed that before. All right, we are now leaving the airport, and we'll be making our next trip. Typical issue here is that the car will go into the incorrect lane because we have to make a left followed by a rather quick right. So let's see what happens. So here we go. There's a traffic light up there. We're going to just keep bearing to the right.
To stay on Terminal Drive.
If we stayed in this lane, it would be perfect. That's what we should do.
500 feet.
I don't think we will.
Onto Manowar Boulevard.
So the lane we're in is both the right and left turn lane. Oh,
Now turn left onto Manoir Boulevard.
See? So we're going to make a left turn. We got into the left lane. Seems okay, and it's polite to the people behind you, except we're going to make a rather quick right turn. So far, so good as far as cars behind me. So we have a green light. We have somebody sitting in the middle of the road. And here we go. So we're making our left, and we have lucked out. I think we're going to be able to make quickly our right turn here. So we need to get in the right lane, and here we go. Then we're going to make a right turn. So here we are, and we can make a right on red, and there's nobody coming from the left. Very nicely done. And here we have 3 lanes. The one we're in is actually going to go away shortly, and eventually we're going to make a left turn in just under 2 miles. So let's see how well we maneuver this. First lane change coming up. We have gotten now over 1 lane. We have 1 lane to go. I don't know if you saw the blue area there, the shadow where the car was going to go, and that's what it is. It's telling us. We're making our second lane change. So again, this is very positive. So the speed limit dropped to 45, and we are slowly dropping our speed. We're still at 50. I didn't do anything. I'm letting the car do the driving. And in about a half a mile, we are going to make a left turn. All right, here comes our left turn. I now do have traffic behind me, by the way. I don't know if this will let us see it, but we do have traffic behind us. So here comes our left turn. If we're fast enough, we actually have enough time to make this turn. Directional signals on. We are in the turn lane. There's 1 car coming, but not that fast. We have made the turn. Nice drive. That was very nice drive. Here we go. This is our last trip, our last short trip. So we made a right. Now we're going to make a left turn in 300 feet.
Now turn left onto Dressage Way.
This one has a couple of turns and lane changes and highways that are interesting. So that's why I made it the last drive. So here comes the car. We've stayed to the right. Nice. So we're curving around here. We have a stop sign. We're making a left. I don't see anyone coming. Nobody for sure on the right, nobody on the left. Here we go. Doing much better on the turns. So we're going to go a little ways, then we're going to make a right and a right and a right. So here's a car on the right, and we see it and go around it. Really nice.
Now turn right onto
Here's our right turn. Now don't those jingle bells get to you. And here we go. We're going to make a right, and it's very difficult to see on the left. So let's see if there's a little bit of creeping. And it is. Autopilot, it's creeping forward. There's no one coming for sure. Again, that was a nice turn. It's exactly as I would have done it as far as taking my time and looking that way. We're going to make a right, make a left lane change, and then a left turn onto a highway. So starting out, there are cars coming on the left. If it does creep out like it just did, I have to stop it. So that was the first issue on this drive. And there's cars coming, and again I had to stop it. You'll see in a second the car is rather close, so I'm going to do it again. Here we go. And this time it can make the right, and it did. Now we're going to make a left turn shortly, so it really needs to quickly get in the left lane, and it did. So far I'd say the issues on all of these drives has been where it creeps out and attempts to make the turn where I think there's not enough time. We're going to make a left here onto a highway. Now there will, if there is oncoming traffic, it will be coming fast. So let's see what happens here. We're going to luck out. There's no oncoming traffic. So we'll follow this car. We're going to merge on the highway. And let's see how we do here. There's no cars merging with us on the right. Following that car pretty well. So we're going to have to merge onto the highway. Speed limit on the highway is 55. We slowed down to make this turn. That was really nice. And there is a car on the left. We are going to merge soon, I hope. And I think we wait too long for these merges, to be honest with you. You'll see there's a car right behind me. So you do need on FSD, you do need to stay vigilant. It's better, of course, than it's ever been. It gets better every release that they make. I think it's great having FSD. I'm not sure anybody else has anything close to it. Here is our exit. So shortly we should see our directional signal on. And there it is. Now there's 2 lanes to make the right turn we need to make. What we would like to do is be in the left of the 2 lanes, because the right one will go away, and we're not. And I actually am going to get in this lane because it will be a problem. So this is not an FSD problem. This is a mapping. It's a mapping issue. And we have a green arrow, and we took right off. Nice, isn't it? And we're going to have a red light here. Here we go. You can see that car. It did what most people would do, which is took off in that lane. Here we go. We're going to make a right turn in under a half a mile. Then we're going to make a left at a 4-way stop. And you'll see our last right angle turn, or a dog leg to the right, however you want to pronounce it. Here we go.
Now turn right onto Fort Harrods Drive.
Nice. Turns are pretty good. And we're coming in front of us here is a 4-way stop. We're going to make a left. As I said, I have found a great improvement in the 4-way stops. So stopping too early again. He didn't stop at all. Anyway, here we go. Left turn. There are no other cars, so let's do it. Shortly, we're going to have, if you could see up ahead here, the arrow, we're going to have the right angle turn. And most times, the car just stops. I've had a few releases where it actually worked. Here's a speed hump. And we are slowing down to 17 for the speed hump. Here's the right angle, and we stopped. Now we're taking off. So again, if you have traffic behind you, you're not going to want to do that. Another speed hump, it sees it, and it slowed down to 17. There's another speed hump coming up.
Feet, your destination will be on the right.
Here's the other speed hump. Wow, this is really, really good. And finally, we have our last speed hump of this journey. I don't know if you can see the garage door opening, by the way.